Welcome to Heavy Metal Monday. Hey guys, it's Mike Capigliano coming here live from Varsity House Gym. Welcome back to another edition of Heavy Metal Monday. Today's edition of Heavy Metal Monday, I'm going to bring you the tire flip, and we're going to talk about how to correctly set up a tire flip with your athletes, and make sure you stay tuned at the end of my show for my Heavy Metal Song of the Week. Let's do it. Okay guys, so on the tire flip, now you've seen the tire flip on Jailhouse Friday with Coach Dan. He showed you what we do, a couple some tire flip Jailhouse Friday finishes that we do a lot of our athletes here. But I want to break down the tire flip today a little bit and show you kind of how we teach our athletes and how I perform it in my strongman competitions. Now we have, as you can see, some numerous tires here. They all range in different weights, so we can use some of our younger athletes, some of our older athletes. Here it's a pretty standard tire that we use a lot here. I would say we're mostly our strong guys, most of our older and stronger, bigger athletes. This tire is about 450, 500 pounds. And the way I teach and approach a tire is every tire always has some sort of treads on it. So depending on what tire you're using, you may want to go 3 treads wide, you may want to go 4 treads wide, depending on the athlete. But here, this tire has really good grip on it, and I'm going to take it 4 treads. So as you can tell, as you take a look at this tire, each tread here, okay, basically that's what I'm going to use when I set myself up. So when I walk in and I set myself up, I'm looking at those treads, and that's how I want to begin. Okay. Now some guys, you may have guys who are 6'3", 6'5". They have a wider base. They have a lot of more room to cover. They may not want to go in that tight. They may want to go 5 treads. Okay, so it all depends on your comfortability. I like to go 4 usually. Okay, so when I step up, I'm taking a look at that. And when I step in and I take my grip, I cut my grip, I cut my hand under the tread. Okay, so I'm outside of my hands. I want to make sure that when I step in, okay, that my feet are on the outside of my hands. You never want to do a tire like that, okay? You want to approach the tire like a football sled. You want to drive your shoulders into it. You want to imagine pushing in and then up. Don't imagine just picking it straight up, okay? You want to drive in like a football sled and up. So you want to drive your shoulders into it. For some of the lower tires, it's a little bit harder, but it's also lighter, those tires, so that's not that big of a deal. But the bigger, heavier tires, you really want to dig those shoulders inside that tire, on top of that tire, and push in and up. So once I get my setup, once again, I'm walking in, I'm looking at my treads. I like 4 treads. I'm gonna get my hands deep. I got my shoulders completely into it. I got my feet back, and when I go, I'm gonna drive into it, and I'm gonna drive in and up. I'm gonna do a couple reps here to demonstrate. Okay guys, so after I performed a few reps, I want you to kind of see how I did it, and now I want to talk about the actual movement throughout the range of motion. I didn't want to talk while I was doing it because I don't want to destroy the mic. So as you can tell, okay, during the reps, so once I got my shoulders into it, we talked about how do we enter it, how we introduce ourselves to the tire, how we begin our rep. As the tire comes off the ground, okay, you want to stay as close as possible to the tire. So you notice that as I was coming up and the tire got through my hips, I hip extended, I drove my leg. Now there's a couple ways that you may want to do this. I've always been doing it where I drive my leg up. Some guys actually like to almost kind of power clean it. A buddy of mine who I've trained strongman with for a long time, he liked to just bring it to his stomach with both feet under him and then continue to push it. He never really brought his knee up. A couple guys like to catch it with their forearm after they drive their knee. I just like to keep it continually moving, switch my hands around and push it. But the key thing is never let the tire stop moving. All right, when the tire stops moving, that's when the rep gets harder. Okay, so if you can keep that tire constantly moving in motion, you'll always be ahead of the game with it. And always make sure you're as close as possible to the tire. There should be no space between you. As you're coming up, don't drift away. Keep walking, keep stepping inside that tire, and keep driving all your body weight into it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that exercise. This is tire flip is seen all over the place in strongman competitions and most good facilities, training athletes and training college guys and football players. You see the tire flip all the time. This is just a cool, easy description, and make sure you're doing it correctly with your athletes and your clients. Okay guys, it's on to my heavy metal song of the week. Okay guys, on to my heavy metal song of the week. Now, we're gonna go back to where I said 2 weeks ago that I want to start doing an instrumental series. That was cut off last week because I had to give a shout out to the band Anaka. Their album is so ridiculously good that I had to give a shout out to it, and that's the band Anaka. The album's The Unwavering. The song we did last week is The Ghost of Yesterday. So we're going to continue our instrumental series today, and it's come from a band called Chimera. Chimera has been a band I've been listening to since I was in high school. I liked everything pretty much since they've done, since their old stuff to their new stuff. And the album, my favorite album, is The Impossibility of Reason. And the instrumental song we're going to do from that album, now they're not heavily an instrumental band, but the song we're going to do is the last song on that album, called The Implements of Destruction. It's really an awesome song. Funny enough, I've had that song on a few times here in the gym, and even individuals who are not big heavy metal heads here, they love that song. So they've asked me to put it on all the time. So it's one of my favorite instrumental songs. Like I said, Chimera is not a instrumental band, but they put together a terrific instrumental song called The Implement of Destruction off the album The Impossibility of Reason. The band is Chimera. Guys, go check that song out. Go check that band out. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration and my description of how to perform the correct tire flip. Next week, I'll be bringing you a new exercise and a new instrumental song, continuing our instrumental series. And I hope you like everything that you saw today. If you have a question or comment, please let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as you can. Make sure you check us out here at varsityhousegym.com. And I'll see you guys all next week. And until then, stay heavy.